Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Revi Nauval. Here I am going to present to you a research article by John Otapor DOB and Nasruddin in Communication Strategies Used by Students in English Learning Teaching, a Disclosure Ethnographic Study. Now let's move to the introduction of this research. This research is going to observe and interview 27 students on the ninth grade in in an international secondary school in Nigeria, and the goal is to know what kind of strategies that are used by the students be to achieve effective communication. And this research is also going to be a medium for the students for their training in communicating in English, because language is a second language or even a foreign language in Nigeria. Now we move to the literature review. Okay, in literature review, in research conducted by Montero in 2019, he stated that effective communication has to meet 5 requirements. The first requirement is the understanding. All the participants of the communication must understand each other, and there are no misunderstanding. The second one is the pleasure. All the participants must have a pleasant atmosphere when they are communicating. And the third one is the influence on behavior. The behavior of the speaker will influence the listener because of their behavior. And the fourth one is the relationship. A good relationship must be created when we are doing an effective communication. And the fifth is the action. The action can be a determiner for the communication to know whether the communication is effective or not. So we see the action after the communication. And now we move to the research method. The research method used in this research is by doing observation and doing some interview to 27 students in the ninth grade at Ifaco International Secondary School. And as we can see, because this research is quantitative research. And now we move to the findings and discussions. Okay, the researchers find that the students using 2 kinds of strategies when they are trying to achieve an effective communication in English. The first strategy that they are using is the nonverbal communication strategies. These strategies usually used by the students who are not yet proficient in English, because in this strategy they will going to use some gestures, and they will also imitate the object that they want to convey, and they use these strategies to describe things, stating facts, asking questions, and also to giving us suggestions. And the second one is verbal communication strategies. The verbal communication strategies is commonly used by the students that are more proficient in English language than the students who are using the first strategy, which is non-verbal communication strategies. In these strategies, they use some code switching, so they will use English and they will change to their own native language because they don't know the word that they want to say, or they will provide the definition of the word of the word that they want to express to you. And these strategies this strategy is used by the student for describing things, asking opinions, stating facts, asking questions, giving an order, and also like giving suggestions to other communication partners. And now we move to the conclusion. The conclusion of this research is when we are doing when we have some difficulties when we are trying to communicate in English. Okay, but before I continue the conclusion, I want to ask you guys, do you have some difficulties or maybe some challenges when you try to communicate in English? If yes, then you can try imitate the students in this research where you can use gestures or you can give the definition to your communication partner. And let's continue the conclusion. There are two strategies that are used by the students, which is the non-verbal using gestures, and the verbal, which is using code switching and using the definition by providing definition of the word. And the researchers also said that in the conclusion, for later research, it would be best to focus on the socio-cultural factor of the acquisition of English language in Nigeria. And that's all I can say for now. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.